What if you could ease your nagging back pain, calm your aching joints, and fall asleep faster, all with a simple 2-minute trick before bed? Sounds too good to be true? Maybe. But what if I told you seniors across the country are already doing it and waking up feeling like they turned back the clock on their bodies overnight? If you're tired of tossing and turning, frustrated by stiffness that just won't quit, and wondering if there's anything left that actually works, this might be the most important video you see all year. So go ahead, tap that subscribe button right now, because what you're about to learn could change your nights, your mornings, and maybe even your life. Here's something that no one talks about, but everyone over 60 feels. That sense that the body just doesn't bounce back like it used to. The mornings become heavier, the joints take longer to warm up, even small aches hang around longer than they should, and somewhere along the way pain starts to feel like the new normal. But what if it isn't? What if your body is still capable of healing? If only it had the right environment. Now think about this. When do most of our body's healing processes take place? Not during the day, not while we're moving around and multitasking. It's at night, during sleep. Deep sleep is when the brain flushes toxins, muscles rebuild, and inflammation lowers. But here's the kicker. If you're not sleeping deeply, if your pain keeps you from falling or staying asleep, your body can't do its job. That's where this 2-minute routine comes in. And no, it's not a stretch, a pill, or anything that costs money. Here's the science. The body's nervous system runs on 2 modes, fight or flight and rest and digest. Guess which one your body needs to be in for pain to ease and healing to happen? That's right, the rest and digest mode. But most people, especially those dealing with chronic discomfort, go to bed still wired. Maybe not mentally, but physiologically. Their heart rate is slightly elevated, cortisol is still in play, and their muscles are stuck in a semi-tense state they don't even notice. This tension acts like static that blocks your body's recovery signal. Now imagine switching that signal in just 2 minutes. Here's how. Every night, right before bed, sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Place one hand over your heart and the other on your belly. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Feel your belly rise. Hold for 4 seconds. Then exhale through your mouth for 6 to 8 seconds, letting everything soften. Do this for 2 minutes. What happens? You activate something called the vagus nerve. This nerve is the switch between stress and rest. When you stimulate it with breath and touch, your body literally shifts into healing mode. But why is this so powerful for seniors specifically? Because as we age, our nervous system becomes less flexible. It's like a rusty hinge. It still moves, but it takes more coaxing. That's why pain feels more intense, and why small triggers can spike blood pressure or disturb sleep. But the breath, this simple rhythm, acts like oil on the hinge. It helps restore the flexibility of your system, letting you downshift into a calm state more quickly. Now I can almost hear your thoughts. How can something so simple make such a big difference? And that's the exact question researchers asked when they looked into breathwork and sleep. A study published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience showed that just 5 minutes of slow breathing before bed significantly increased heart rate variability, one of the best indicators of relaxation and nervous system health. And people who practiced it consistently reported less pain, better mood, and improved sleep quality. No medication, no side effects, just breath. But this routine isn't just about breathing, it's also about intention. When you place your hands on your body, you bring awareness to it. You shift from frustration to connection. And this is huge, because research shows that when you pay attention to a part of your body without judgment, you reduce pain perception. That's right, your brain literally dials down the pain signal. It's not magic, it's neurology. Let's dig deeper. Chronic pain often creates a feedback loop. You feel pain, you tense up, your nervous system perceives danger, and it tightens. Even more, which increases pain. This 2-minute bedtime routine breaks the loop. It interrupts the danger signal and tells your body, you're safe, you can let go. And when that happens, muscles soften, blood flow increases, inflammation drops, and healing begins. Now, let's talk results. We've seen people who were struggling with hip pain for years finally sleep through the night after just 1 week of doing this. Others who dealt with nightly leg cramps report waking up cramp-free. And perhaps the most common result? a sense of calm they hadn't felt in years. That's what 2 minutes can do. Not because it's a miracle cure, but because it works with your body, not against it. Still skeptical? Good. You should be. There's a lot of nonsense out there. But I challenge you. Try this tonight. Not for a week, just once. 2 minutes. And notice what happens. Does your breath slow? Do your shoulders drop? Do your thoughts quiet down just a little bit? That's your body responding. That's your nervous system remembering what it feels like to rest. Here's something else to consider. Many seniors experience something called sleep fragmentation. You fall asleep fine, but wake up multiple times. This disrupts the deep stages of sleep, the ones most important for healing. But when you enter sleep in a relaxed state, your body transitions more smoothly through the sleep cycles. That means fewer wake-ups, more deep sleep, and better recovery overnight. And don't worry if you forget one night. This isn't about perfection. It's about giving your body a tool, a gentle nudge in the right direction. Over time, the results compound. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't see a sprout on day one, but give it time, and suddenly there's new life where you didn't expect it. Pain is a tricky thing. It makes us feel helpless, but the truth is, your body still wants to heal. It just needs help getting into the right state. That's what this routine offers. A way to flip the switch. A way to say, okay, body, it's safe to let go now. You might be wondering, can this help with deeper pain, like arthritis, old injuries, or nerve discomfort? The answer is, it won't erase the problem overnight, but it will change how your body responds to it. It will reduce the amplification of pain that happens when your system is stuck in alert mode. And that alone can make a huge difference in how you sleep, how you move, and how you feel each day. So here's what I want you to do. Commit to trying this for just 3 nights. 2 minutes, that's it. And if you do, come back and tell us what you noticed. Did your pain ease? Did you sleep better? Did your body feel a little more at peace? Because if you're like most of the people who try this, you'll realize that something small, when done consistently, can create changes you didn't think were possible. And remember, this is only the beginning. What we've talked about so far is just the foundation of something much bigger. If you can shift your body into healing mode, every night, imagine what else becomes possible, because when your nights change, your days change too. If you're over 50 and your joints ache when you get out of bed, go upstairs or just try to enjoy a walk. It's not your age and it's not your fault. The real issue? Your body's running out of a natural substance that cushions your joints like a shock absorber. And most supplements out there, glucosamine, collagen, all of it, don't fix this. But now, researchers have discovered a breakthrough that can actually restore what your joints are missing. And people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are seeing real relief. If you're feeling stiff, sore, or weaker lately, stop guessing. Check the link in the pinned comment now. Now that your body has had a taste of what true rest feels like, what comes next is the continuation of that momentum. This isn't about a miracle cure or instant relief, but rather a gentle, consistent shift. A rebalancing that begins to touch every part of your life in ways that might surprise you. Let's talk about mornings. For many seniors, waking up is the hardest part of the day. There's stiffness, sometimes even pain that takes a good hour to ease up. But here's the thing. When you consistently engage in a calming, parasympathetic bedtime routine, like the one we just talked about, your body isn't just sleeping better, it's preparing better for the next day. You see, sleep isn't passive. It's not just about turning off. It's one of the most active biological processes we go through. And during that time, your body is clearing out metabolic waste, lowering inflammation, repairing tissues, and most importantly, rebooting your pain response. Think of it like a factory shift change. The day crew finishes up and the night crew comes in for repair and maintenance. But if the factory's been under emergency shutdown mode from stress and pain signals all day, the night crew can't do their job properly. What this 2-minute technique does is signal to your body, the emergency is over. And the more consistently you do it, the faster your body starts to believe that signal. Over time, your baseline stress levels begin to drop. Not just at night, but all the time. And that's where the real transformation begins. You start to notice that little things don't bother you as much. Your mood stabilizes, your patience improves, your ability to enjoy the moment returns. Now imagine stacking this routine with other small evening habits. For example, right after your 2-minute breathing exercise, what if you gently rolled your shoulders, or did a light stretch, nothing strenuous, just enough to tell your muscles, hey, the day is done. You can relax now. These small cues reinforce each other, and soon your body begins to anticipate rest. You'll notice you fall asleep faster, not because you're tired, but because you're ready. You may also notice something unexpected: less need for over-the-counter sleep aids or painkillers. And that's because your body is naturally producing more melatonin and less cortisol. Your nervous system isn't on high alert all the time, and that alone has a ripple effect on every organ system in your body. Let's dive into that a bit. Cortisol, your main stress hormone, is not your enemy. In fact, you need it. But the problem starts when cortisol is elevated too often, especially at night. That's when it interferes with insulin sensitivity, makes your blood sugar less stable, weakens your immune response, and yes, even makes your pain feel more intense. But here's the amazing part. Breathing deeply for just a couple minutes before bed has been shown in clinical studies to lower nighttime cortisol by up to 20%. That's significant. And over time, this one shift can reduce the wear and tear on your body by an enormous amount. Now let's talk inflammation, because behind almost every type of pain, inflammation is lurking. Whether it's arthritis, old injuries flaring up, or general muscle fatigue, inflammation makes everything worse. And chronic stress, poor sleep, and shallow breathing, they fuel inflammation like gasoline on a fire. But when you activate your parasympathetic nervous system regularly, you create the opposite effect. You slow down the inflammatory process. Your blood vessels dilate, improving circulation to areas that have been tight or starved of oxygen. Your immune system resets. Your joints and muscles get the nutrients they need to start healing from the inside out. You're not just relaxing, you're actively putting your body in the optimal condition to repair itself. And here's something fascinating. Consistent nighttime relaxation has even been shown to improve heart rate variability, which is one of the strongest predictors of longevity and resilience in older adults. That means your heart, your brain, your immune system all benefit from this nightly pause. But let's be real for a second. You might be thinking, sure, this sounds good in theory, but my pain is complicated. And you're not wrong. Pain is layered. There's the physical aspect, joint degeneration, nerve sensitivity, inflammation, and then there's the emotional aspect, frustration, anxiety, even depression. The beautiful thing about this routine is that it doesn't require you to fix all of those layers at once. It simply asks you to be present, to breathe, to allow a small space of peace at the end of your day. And from that space, change begins. Many seniors report something almost poetic happening after a couple of weeks of consistent practice. They say things like, I don't dread bedtime anymore, or I woke up and realized I didn't need to reach for the pain cream right away. Others notice their posture improving, their digestion becomes more regular, even their skin looks better. And while all of that might seem unrelated, it's actually all connected, because when your nervous system is in balance, your entire body functions better. So let me ask you, what would it be worth to you to feel just 10% better every morning? What would it mean to get out of bed with more confidence, less pain, more energy? Would you take 2 minutes each night to make that happen? Because that's all it takes. Now, if you're someone who enjoys a bedtime routine, consider pairing your breath work with other calming habits. Maybe sipping a cup of herbal tea, reading a page or two from a book that lifts your spirit, playing soft music. These are all signals to your brain that the day is ending and it's safe to shift into recovery mode. And the more signals you send, the faster your body will respond. Here's a pro tip. Consistency is more important than duration. Even if you only do the breathing exercise for 60 seconds some nights, that's still a win. Because every time you choose to calm your nervous system, you're building a habit. You're training your body to expect relief, not stress, at the end of the day. And that expectation changes everything. I know it might sound strange, but this routine isn't just about your nights. It's about reclaiming a sense of control. When pain starts to define your life, when every movement comes with a wince, it's easy to feel like your body is betraying you. But what if it's not? What if your body is simply asking for support in a language we've forgotten to speak? That language is calm, stillness, breath. And once you remember it, once you use it, your body responds, because it always wants to heal. So tonight, give yourself that gift. No screens, No stress. Just 2 minutes. Your hands on your chest and belly. Your breath flowing like a gentle tide. And remember, healing doesn't always roar. Sometimes it begins with a whisper in the dark, a quiet inhale, a slower heartbeat, a softened jaw. And sometimes that's all it takes to begin again. If you found this helpful, just wait until you see the next video on screen. It dives even deeper into natural ways to support your joints, sleep better, and live fully at any age. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Go ahead, click now, and keep your healing journey going.